4 missing children underway tonight. This is breaking news out of Lytle, just southwest of San Antonio.
These are pictures of the 4 children police are looking for. They are 2 boys and 2 girls, all between the ages of 10 and 11. The children are identified as Sebastian Mireles, Juliana Avila, Jalen Rodriguez, and Juliana Frausto.
Lytle Police Chief Richie Priest posted the update to Twitter about an hour ago. He says the children plan to run away and were last seen in a wooded area near I-35. Anyone with more information urged to contact the Lytle Police Department. This is a desperate search at this hour. The number for the Lytle Police Department, 830-709-0277.
The chief is expected to have a press conference. We do have a crew headed to the scene, and we will update you with any new information as it comes in.
Also new on the Nightbeat, a special wheelchair used for track and road racing stolen in broad daylight.
That chair belongs to a young athlete living with spina bifida. The night team's Stephen Cavazos with the search for the crooks.
Casey Swanson says his daughter, Susanna, doesn't let spina bifida stop her from staying competitive.
The disability doesn't hold her back. She can still compete and have fun and, enjoy herself.
The teen seen here at a state UIL track meet held in Austin last year. Susanna using a specialized chair designed for athletes living with certain conditions. Susanna and her family live in the Rio Grande Valley, but were preparing to travel to San Marcos for an upcoming training. Her father had that chair in tow yesterday. Swanson was here at the Freetail Brewery to talk about an upcoming race benefiting spina bifida, parking his truck right here. When he returned 30 minutes later, that chair was gone. Swanson now left wanting answers.
I just couldn't believe it because I couldn't understand why someone would steal a wheelchair.
Freetail Brewery says their cameras captured the crime, but they couldn't release that video. But Swanson says he's seen it. He describes a white Tundra with several people inside.
They hopped out and got the wheelchair, threw it in the back of their truck, and took off.
Swanson says track and road racing has given his daughter a sense of normal, and the chair allows her to stay competitive, something he says means the world to this young athlete.
It gives her something to do, something to look forward to, and something to strive for.
Swanson says the chair was loaned to them by the Texas Paralympic Sports Association. Now, he says that organization has already been notified, and they're looking into whether or not that chair was covered by insurance. The estimated cost is $2,000. If you have any information that could help with the search, contact the San Antonio Police Department. Reporting downtown, Stephen Cavazos, KSAT 12 News.
The new coronavirus is now a health emergency in the United States. New restrictions are set to begin for both American and foreign travelers beginning this weekend. The change in plans comes as California confirms it now has the latest case of Wuhan coronavirus in the U.S. That brings the total to 7 across the nation. U.S. citizens returning to the United States from the Hubei province of China in the last 2 weeks will be subject to up to 14 days of mandatory quarantine. The restrictions are even tighter for international travelers.
Foreign nationals, other than immediate family of U.S. citizens and permanent residents who have traveled in China within the last 14 days, will be denied entry into the United States.
All flights from China into the U.S. will now be funneled into 7 airports. Those are JFK, Chicago's O'Hare, San Francisco, Seattle, Atlanta, Honolulu, and LAX. The new travel restrictions are set to begin on Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern. A family of 10 and all their pets are safe tonight after their house caught fire around 7 o'clock this morning. A relief to those who feared the worst as firefighters swarmed the Kirby neighborhood on Scott Carpenter Drive. A family member and a longtime neighbor tells the Night Team's Courtney Friedman recovery will be tough, but what matters most is that everyone is alive.
A miraculous escape. 10 people, including a 4-month-old baby, alive and unharmed after a fire tore through their home.
Everything's black. The smoke just kind of destroyed all of the interior of the house. The bedroom, the kitchen, the laundry room's gone.
Richard Gutierrez says this is his sister's home. She lived there with her boyfriend, her daughter and her daughter's boyfriend, their 5 kids, and their son's friend. Plus, he says they had a lot of pets.
I think one of the kids was saying that Mom was in the shower this morning, and the daughter got up, she smelled smoke, and she looked in the ceiling, and the ceiling was completely black. But when she opened the door, that's when the flame engulfed.
Neighbor Lenita Kelly came home from work during the fire to find the entire family standing in front of her driveway.
I said the whole blessing in it is that everybody got out with your lives, and they all agreed. And the neighbor here, she was allowing the family in and out to use the bathroom.
Firefighters on the scene told us they believe that the fire started here inside the garage, which has been converted into a bedroom. They say people were living there at the time. And all you can see from the outside, though, is some boards in front of the garage and then a bunch of debris that's charred on the ground.
Now, while firefighters work to determine a cause, the family is attempting to regroup.
And that was Courtney Friedman reporting. Volunteers from the Red Cross were at the scene helping the family with necessities. Gutierrez says they have other family members in town who are offering them places to stay. For now, as the family's long-term plan, they say they still don't know.
And tonight wraps up 2 weeks of courtroom proceedings for convicted medical center rapist Anton Harris. It's not over. He'll be back in court Monday as more witnesses are scheduled to be called during the punishment phase of the trial. One witness today identifying Harris in court.
Could you point to him and tell us what he's wearing?
He's wearing a gray suit.
That woman told police she was groped on a stairwell in her medical center apartment back in 2015. Officers had questioned Harris in their investigation and he was released. It was among a series of sexual assaults reported in the medical center area, and that was 2 years before he raped and robbed a nurse in her apartment in the same area. On Wednesday, he was found guilty in that case. Harris also faces charges in 4 other rapes in the medical center area from 2016 and 2017. Harris's legal team plans to call their own witnesses as the trial resumes on Monday. When asked if Harris himself would take the stand, his lawyers would not say.
Well, San Antonio leaders set to head over to Washington, D.C. in a few days. The goal is to lobby for money to fund local projects. It will be the biggest trip the Chamber of Commerce has organized in 42 years. More than 200 people are going, including business leaders, council members, along with representatives from SAWS and VIA. While the trip will only last a couple of days, the process of getting those federal dollars can take much longer.
For example, the federal courthouse, which was, I think, over $100 million, and it's under construction right now. That was on our federal agenda for like 9 years until we finally got it added into the appropriation and then get it funded.
That new federal courthouse is set to be at the corner of Santa Rosa Avenue and West Nueva Street. This year's trip will include pushing for funding for transportation, including airport infrastructure, and trying to get some F-16 squadrons relocated to Lackland.
More members of her defense team. Former Precinct 2 Constable Michelle Barrientos Vela facing several charges, including tampering with evidence. Now she's added several attorneys to her defense team from former District Attorney Nico LaHood's law firm, including Jay Norton. Barrientos Vela is scheduled to appear before a state district judge on February 26th. So what's expected to happen next? Our Dylan Collier breaking it all down online. We have that article up on ksat.com. You'll find it on the homepage.
And it was a beautiful day today. Temperatures made it up to 62 degrees after a morning low of 47. We'll go colder than that tonight into tomorrow morning. No rain. There are a couple sprinkles out there, but it won't add up to much. Overnight temperatures expected to fall down to about 40 degrees. So we'll be off to a chilly start on your Saturday, but temperatures look great tomorrow afternoon. We'll see lots of sun. The weekend looks good in general before we get some more rain next week and maybe a strong cold front too. We'll talk more about that coming up here in just a few minutes. Steve?
Thank you, Justin. A timeline beginning to shape up in the president's impeachment trial. Senators pushing to move the final vote in this proceeding 1 day after President Trump is set to deliver the State of the Union address. That vote would be over an acquittal. Today, senators voted to reject Democratic demands to review new documents and hear from new witnesses, in particular, the president's former national security advisor, John Bolton. The decision came down to just a 2-vote difference. On Monday, closing arguments will begin, giving a chance for both legal teams to speak. On Tuesday, the president is set to deliver his State of the Union speech. And as of right now, the final vote on the 2 articles of impeachment are expected to be done on Wednesday. President Trump impeached by the House last month on charges he abused power and obstructed Congress, More fallout from the impeachment now. The key figure in the impeachment trial has retired. Marie Yovanovitch, the former U.S. ambassador to the Ukraine, has left the State Department. CNN reports she retired sometime in the last 2 weeks. She testified in November that she was pulled from her post last year at the order of President Donald Trump. Yovanovitch is the fourth top State Department official to leave in the wake of the impeachment inquiry.
Well, if you plan on voting in the March 3rd primary election, check your registration status. If you are not registered, there is still time. The deadline is Monday, February the 3rd. This weekend, the Bexar County Elections Office is offering extended hours. You can also fill out a voter registration application online. We have a link on our website right now at ksat.com.
All right, we have an update on our late breaking news. We told you off the top of the show, one I am very happy to bring you. Those missing children in Lytle have been found. Our news crew just spoke with the police chief there. All four were found safe and sound.
That is good news. As we just reported, Lytle Police Chief Richie Priest had posted about the alert about an hour ago. Again, good news here. All the children were found and they are safe tonight. We'll continue to follow any upcoming developments on this one.
Yeah, but it looks as if it's very good news coming out of Lytle. Still ahead tonight, a medical breakthrough. The first drug to treat peanut allergies in children now approved by the Food and Drug Administration. Exactly how it works coming up.
And we're heading to an intersection on the northwest side that was plagued with crashes. The fix the city has planned and what residents can do in similar situations. It's coming up next.
Tomorrow, the Western Heritage Parade and Cattle Drive, and we're going to be celebrating at our own KSAT Corral Hoedown. The parade is from 9 in the morning till 1 in the afternoon. The parade route begins at I-35 in Houston, ends at La Villita. If you still need to get your tickets for our KSAT Corral, just go to ksat.com/insider.
Buffers of safety. A Northwest Side neighborhood is getting some help with a dangerous intersection. Car after car after car are missing the curve and slamming into the fence. The Night Team's Patty Santos reports the city is spending $125,000 to fix this road and tells us how you can help with your problem intersection.
Time after time after time, this fence on the corner of Crystal Hill and Crystal Bow has served as the brake for drivers who missed the turn.
Over the past several years, we had 6 collisions on the same property. And, no one deserves to live with that kind of fear that a car is going to come into their home.
A call to District 7 Councilwoman Anna Sandoval got the ball rolling.
Really unsafe thing that's happening.
Her staff found police report crashes back to 2015. To her knowledge, no one's been seriously hurt, but it was time to fix it before it happened.
When we saw that this was a pattern, because they brought it to our attention, we began to work on it.
Off-camera neighbors say the property owner hasn't bothered to fix the fence since the last crash. Crews will start working on extending an existing median into the intersection to hopefully slow down drivers before they hit the fence. The repairs are being made through the capital improvements budget. If you have a problem intersection, report it to the city.
Call your council member and see if you have a location with repeat incidents, then there's probably something about the design that we can look at.
She says filing a police report to document every incident will help support your case.
When you buy a house with a backyard, you want to be able to use it, you want to be able to enjoy it. I mean, you're paying those property taxes on it and you deserve to be able to do that safely.
Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
Now, we cannot reach the property owner for comment. If you know of a problem intersection you want to report, you can call 311 or your district representative.
Got a health update tonight. The FDA approved the first drug to treat peanut allergies in children. The new medication, called Palforzia, can be used in children ages 4 to 17. Palforzia is not a cure, but it is designed to minimize the incidence and severity of a child's allergic reaction to peanuts. Even a small amount of exposure can be harmful to children with this allergy. The new treatment essentially works by exposing children to controlled dosages of peanut protein over time. Eventually, they build up a tolerance.
And as a mom with a kid of a peanut allergy, that is great news.
I noticed you were paying very close attention to that.
Meantime, let's take a live look outside with City Cam. 47 degrees out there, and we are graced with the presence of Justin Horn tonight. How are you, my friend?
Doing
it's been
well.
a long time.
It's been a little bit.
I forgot how tall you were.
Yeah, there is a height difference there. Glad to be back. It's been a little bit. So we're talking some chilly temperatures tonight and tomorrow morning. And also, we're looking back to a year 1949, where we got down to 0 degrees here in San Antonio.
Wow.
You know, I'm looking at that 3 shot and I'm thinking maybe I need to hike up my chair a little. Like, how high does this chair go?
Yeah, I promise.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
At any rate, let's talk about the history there. We did get down to 0 on this day back in 1949, the coldest temperature San Antonio has ever seen. -7 in Kerrville that night, -5 in Fredericksburg. We actually had snow on the ground. So it goes to show you how cold it can be in January, but that is not the case this year. It has been a warm January. We averaged about 58.1 degrees, and that's well above average, in fact, by 6.4 degrees. And here's the stat that sort of jumps off the page. We did not see a freeze this January. That has not happened since 1939. It will get chilly tonight, but we're not expecting temperatures to drop below the freezing mark. Outside right now, just a few clouds. 47 degrees. Dew point is at 36. We've got a west-northwesterly wind at about 7, so there is a little bit of a wind chill. Feels like 44. And we'll see these numbers drop down a little bit more before it's all said and done by tomorrow morning. 42 right now in Kerrville, 47 in Hondo. Wind's not all that strong, but there are a couple spots that are seeing that wind chill. That'll make it feel just a couple of degrees cooler. The air's dry. Dew points are in the 30s, and that's why we're going to see a big swing in temperatures tomorrow. So you start off cold, but you end up warm during the afternoon. Dew points right now are in the 30s and 40s. And that's also the reason why you are seeing some showers here on the radar, but it's not reaching the ground. It's evaporating before it reaches the ground with dew points as low as they are. So, yes, it does look like we have a few showers out there. There could be a couple sprinkles around Pearsall, maybe down towards Cotulla, but that's about it. And these are moving pretty quickly. So maybe a couple sprinkles even in the southern part of San Antonio next hour or so. But once these showers make it out of here, or at least those returns, that's sort of the back edge of the energy. And then we'll see those clearing skies and a lot of sun coming up tomorrow. Reason we're seeing some of that, there is a little bit of a dip in the jet stream here, a little trough moving through. But that is getting out of here, and high pressure is going to start to build in the upper levels, and that is going to make for that nice weekend. So here's what the futurecast looks like. A couple clouds tomorrow, no big deal. And on Sunday, we'll start off mostly sunny. But I do think we'll see some clouds moving in by Sunday afternoon. And as we get into Monday, there's enough moisture there where we could get a couple showers. So our next chance of rain is probably going to be Monday afternoon. And the best chance is going to be a little bit closer to the coast. Forecast high temperatures tomorrow, right around 70 degrees. Doesn't get much better than that. And tonight, we'll drop down into the 40s. Light and variable winds, mostly clear. And the forecast for tomorrow shows 55 by 10 o'clock, 63 noontime. There it is, that high right around 70 with mostly sunny skies. Sunday, 74, Groundhog Day and Super Bowl Sunday. 75 Monday with a 20% chance of showers. 80 on Tuesday.
Ooh.
And we got a strong front, looks like Wednesday. That'll knock us back down. And this one is going to pack a punch. Some showers and much cooler temperatures.
Going to be a great weekend.
Indeed.
Thank you, Justin.
You know, I thought it was great to not only what the Spurs did,
sure,
but to hear from their majority owner.
Yes, and also at the same time having LaMarcus add to their generous donation of $1 million with his own $100,000. When we come back, we'll tell you what the major donation is for to help the city of San Antonio. And the Lakers play their first game since Kobe Bryant's death.
Feels better, so we'll see.
LaMarcus Aldridge updating us on his sore thumb that is forced him to miss the last 2 Spurs games. Now listen to his question for tomorrow's game against Charlotte in Big Board Sports. The San Antonio Spurs have donated $1 million to help the city improve parks. It's a 4-year commitment to renovate parks and community basketball courts across the city. On hand for today's big announcement, Peter John Holt, who has taken over as the Spurs Sports and Entertainment Chairman, CEO R.C. Buford, along with Spurs star LaMarcus Aldridge and, of course, Mayor Ron Nirenberg, who participated in a groundbreaking ceremony at Woodard Park. LaMarcus Aldridge contributing an extra $100,000 of his own money to support this project.
I think this is something that, is close to me, in my situation, in my heart. So, I feel like, I just wanted to join in and, try to help. And I feel like it's a a big time thing that they're doing, and I'm looking forward to it.
The gift, the $100,000, is a wonderful material expression of that heart of giving and that heart of service, which is just fantastic.
Spurs have one more home game tomorrow night before they head out on the annual rodeo road trip that will include stops in 6 cities over 23 days, playing in 8 games. It's arguably their toughest road trip in the 17-year history they've been, starting with both the Lakers and the Clippers in their first 2 games in Los Angeles beginning Monday, coming out their worst as far as the results last year when they went 1-7. For the longest tenured Spur in Patty Mills, what does the rodeo road trip mean to him?
Many things. On-court wise, leading into the All-Star break and having that first part of the rodeo road trip as a good way to have momentum going into it and then coming out on the other side as well. Off-court wise, there's always been a good chance to be able to, I guess, reconnect with everyone on the team with stuff that we do off the court on the road. It'll be fun.
But first, one more home game tomorrow against Charlotte at 8 p.m.
I want to continue along with my teammates to continue his legacy, not only for this year, but as long as we can play the game of basketball that we love, because that's what Kobe Bryant will want.
LeBron James tribute tonight to Kobe Bryant in the Lakers' first game since his death on Sunday. James's address followed a tribute video for Kobe, his daughter Gianna, and the 7 others who lost their lives in that helicopter crash.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
Super Bowl 54 is this Sunday in Miami between the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs. It will feature tale of 2 offenses that feature the Niners' run-first attack versus Kansas City's passing attack. Now, in the incredible comeback against the Texans, the Chiefs called 31 pass plays against just 6 runs, scoring 7 straight touchdowns for 41 unanswered points. Compare that to, according to ESPN stats, to 71 runs in their last 88 plays for the 49ers, who featured the second-best defense in all of the league.
We're obviously facing a really good offense, so we're going to have to do some things to counter that, but just stick to what we do.
We believe in each other. We believe in the scheme. We believe in what we've done all year, and we plan on going out there and putting a good product on tape. And you got to play good defense. You got to contain the receivers. You got to do your job. You got to limit the big plays. But it's easier said than done for sure.
All right, kickoff is at 5:30 on Sunday. The Rampage celebrate their 10th Pink in the Rink night next. A special celebration preceded the Wagner boys basketball game against Kerrville Tivy tonight. Thunderbirds head coach Rodney Clark was honored for earning his 200th career victory Tuesday against Kennedy. Clark has been coaching at Wagner since 2005 and had this to say about reaching the career milestone.
For me, it's special, but it's not any more special than the first win I've ever had as a varsity coach. My dad used to coach us when we were little, and I kind of wanted to, I wish I could have done it when he was still here.
Very emotional night. Thunderbirds and Antlers boys, District 26-5A. Following the ceremony, Deshaun Jackson goes right to the hoop for the game's first 2. T-Birds ball now. Isaiah Kennedy opening on the outside for the corner 3. 7-3 Wagner leads. Off the inbounds, Christian Gorham goes baseline and spins his way to the hoop. Wagner up 13-7. Then Jackson for the long 2. 2 of his 32 points tonight. And Wagner rolls over Tivy 77-38. Girls hoops at Lanier Alumni Center. Edison taking on Sam Houston. Hurricanes in control late in the third quarter. Khadijah Derry to Tyara Harris for the basket plus the foul. She's fired up about it. Sam Houston leads by 3 heading into fourth, but the Bears respond. Avalon Munoz weaves her way through the defense and gets the tough shot to fall. Counted and 1. The Bears win it 49-39. The Rampage held their 10th annual Pink in the Rink night for cancer fighters and survivors, and it didn't take long for the Rampage to score once they hit the ice off the power play. Nolan Stevens scores to make it 1-0. But check out the nice assist by Clem Cossum between his own legs to Stevens. Very nice. Just 3 minutes later, Stevens pays it back with a nifty assist to Jordan Nolan. The final from the AT&T Center, Rampage win 3-2. And I got the pink tie to prove it tonight.
Very nice. Very stylish.
Thank you,
Greg.
We'll be right back.
All right, welcome back. One last look at the forecast. We're at 47 degrees right now. We'll drop down to 40 tonight, up to 70 though tomorrow. Mostly sunny. 74 on Sunday. Great looking weekend, but we will get a few showers Monday. And we've been talking about that front midweek. It gets to 80 on Tuesday, but drops off pretty significantly Wednesday. Windy, cooler, 30% chance of showers, and breezy by the end of the week.
Yeah, I want to point out that on Sunday, that's a groundhog.
It is a groundhog.
It's not a Chief or a 49er.
Is it really? Is it Groundhog Day?
Groundhog
Sunday?
and
Wow.
Super Bowl Sunday.
Okay.
Set
Thank
your
you,
clocks.
Justin.
Have a great weekend.
Good night.